we are very happy that you are our esteemed speakers at this year's conference. So can I request you guys to just introduce yourself, whoever wants to go first?
Yeah, maybe I can go first. It's basically it's our pleasure to be part of this event. So to start with myself, this is Jaisudhan Selvaraj, and I have around 10 years of experience in IT industry. I've started my career as performance tester in Cognizant, and now it's named as non-functional testing. And still, my career continuing successfully here. I'm happy that I'm part of a very challenging team in terms of learning and everything. And I'm mainly focusing on performance testing and engineering, concepts testing of various technologies of web application, mobile application, and web services, and the message queues, everything. So I do have end-to-end working experience on the whole process and its methodology. And I do have experience on other areas like operational acceptance testing, service visualization, and automating performance testing of CI/CD DevOps cycles. Basically, it's NFT jobs we putting together into CI/CD pipelines so that it can be faster enough to deliver things. As well as I do have experience in Selenium automations. Also, I have worked for various domains like IME, insurance, healthcare, retail, telecommunication, and right now working for the banking customers in UK. That's what we are predominantly work for the customers, customers and their projects, which is there in US, UK, and APAC regions. My area of interest would be learning the technologies and trends, and I do see things in different way and try to create any solution for that. That's a short brief about me.
Thank you so much, Jai. Anil, can I request you to just give your brief introduction of yours?
All right. So myself, Anil Abraham. It's been about 13 years since I started my career in software industry. I've got a chance to work with different companies like HP, Accenture, Symphony, Teleca, and currently I'm with Cognizant Technology Solutions. And all of my career, I worked in performance testing, engineering, using various tools and technologies. Just to list probably Load Runner, Neoload, JMeter, VSTS, sort of performance tools, and many other monitoring tools and performance engineering tools like JProfiler, all that. And I've got chances to work with people from different geographical locations. I've also got chances to work in different geographical locations like Australia. I was in Sydney for some time. In London, I was in London also for some time, and currently I'm in Newcastle, UK. And throughout my career, I could work in different domains like hospitality, insurance, banking, retail, entertainment, domains in my career. I would say that it's a huge exposure in terms of performance testing, engineering, and in the current world, as you know, there are the tools and technologies are always emerging. Thankfully I've got a good experience in all those, and that's it.
Thank you so much, Anil and Jay, for introducing yourself. Now, moving ahead with your topic, I think that's the Splunk integration for futuristic NFT in DevOps culture, if I'm correct. So can you highlight something more on the topic, and it's like a brief on that, and what would be the key takeaways for the folks who are attending your session at the conference?
Yeah, before we getting into the actual the topic of Splunk integration for futuristic NFT in DevOps culture, I would like to set up a background on this. So we know DevOps is a process of working collaboratively with many teams and producing the software product in a short span of time. But when you come to the testing life cycle, it's usually the lengthy process. So that to non-functional testing requires a lot of process to be done before we go for actual testing. So the agile world and DevOps world always a challenges for the NFT testers. But even though if we can manage to test something and identify the issues, but how we are going to fix those issues would be in a question always. So fixing those issues would be can be taken care by any industry leading market monitoring tools, but uh, onboarding any leading market industry monitoring tool for deep dive analysis and identifying the issues would be an usually the cost will be very high to the project or the program. So we thought like if we can introduce a Splunk as a cattle as a solution for NFT in DevOps culture would be a great would be great for identifying issues and fixing those in short span of time, and it would help us to try things in faster manner in DevOps culture. So basically, Splunk, it's a common platform. It's all about how you are going to utilize it and customize your monitoring based on your needs. Whereas in other industry tools, it's just gives you the common dashboard where you will just see the metrics. I'm not pretty much confident with other tools that you can dig into detail and isolate all your errors and issues during your NFT testing. So with Splunk, you can create your own customized dashboards and everything. And we have put together everything, whatever related to NFT testing to accommodate in short span of time. Basically, it covers and highlights the response time issues, the error analysis, and keep KPI index monitoring. It's everything is a customized way related to NFT. So we think people should attend the session to know more about it.
Thank you so much, Jay. Anil, would you like to add something
So,
more to what Jay
yeah,
has said?
basically, to give a brief on that, we would be explaining, the relevance of Splunk in the DevOps NFT culture, right? We are talking about three things here. We are talking about Splunk, we are talking about DevOps, we are talking about why those are relevant in NFT area, right? So we would be discussing what are the disadvantage if we don't have a tool like Splunk in the whole area, and we would be talking about what are the advantages that can bring in by having the tool like Splunk in this, right? And this will definitely give a huge insight to the audience who are working in this specific area on how we can integrate Splunk and what are the advantage we are going to get out of that if their customers are more keen about fast into the market, right? So the whole world runs in a way that they need everything fast to the market now. So yeah, of course. So this is going to give a huge insight to them, and that's exactly what we are going to explain here.
Yeah, thank you so much, Anil and Jay. And as you rightly mentioned, I think there is a lot of insights with people, which people would gain after your session, basically on Splunk side and how they can deliver things faster to their customers. So, Anil, this is one question for you. So, you mentioned that you have
Mm.
traveled across various geographical locations for your work purposes. So,
Right.
from Australia, I believe now you're in UK.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like I wanted to ask one question, something about your hometown. So hometown is something which is a really special place which one holds. So, what is one special thing or one special memory about your hometown? If you would like to share something on that.
Uh, yeah. To be honest, we belongs to our place we are belongs to, right? So our hometown is always our, the first preferred place where we need to live, just for the exposure or the experience or the opportunities we travel around. So I would say definitely my, when I talk about my hometown, I'll always have an affection there because I'll have my loved ones, my close friends, my relatives, and everybody over there, and definitely my mom's food. And yeah, of course, I love my hometown. When you ask me anything special about my hometown, I'm basically from Kerala, where in a place called Thiruvalla, which is pretty much close to Kottayam. The special thing about my hometown, it's not a space and a tourist location as such, but yeah, there are many tourist locations nearby, places like Alapi. And I'm pretty sure that you might be knowing about Kerala. It's called as God's own country. The reason is like it has got everything. It has got backwaters. It has got beaches. It has got mountains. It has everything. So if you ask me what in my hometown what is more famous is, I would say it's known as the place in Kerala where the most NRIs are. So yeah, that's the only famous thing that you can hear about that place. So
Yeah, thank you so much, Anil, for that. So I've been to Kerala and specifically to Alapi as well, and I've
no.
enjoyed the backwaters in Kerala. So it's rightly said as God's own country. That's very much true about Kerala. So I have one question to both of you. So it's like if we combine your experience, it's more than 2 decades or maybe even more. So
Yeah.
it's like what keeps you going every day, Anil and Jay? It's like what is your passion or who inspires you the most? Maybe Jay can go and then Anil, you can say something on that.
All right.
Uh, when it comes to the personal stuff, the self confidence inspires me always. So that keeps me going every day. It's nothing is better than thinking positive as well as the having the self motivation. Uh, if something happened, if any challenges comes, if you have self confidence, that will take you to the any level. That you always should have the positive thinking, whether it work or the personal life, because the IT industry is always the it's kind of a race actually. You always have the pressure, and you should be having the uh, relaxed mindset to run forward every day. So I would say self confidence keeps me going every time.
Thank you so much, Jay. Anil, can you add something to that? What keeps you going?
Yeah, I would say what keeps me going is when you get up in the morning, the list of tasks which you have doesn't matter professional or personal, right? So you got to complete all those. Some would be having high priority, which we got to do it on that day itself. Some would be having low priority. So in our doesn't matter. We got to complete all that. Like I said, it's professional or personal. The list of tasks every day keeps me going. I would say. And yeah, if you ask me what inspires me, I would say any human being who is positive, who is hardworking, always inspires me because it's tough to be always positive, and working hard is also very tough, right? So that is one thing which inspires me for anybody. I don't say any name or something, like whoever seems to be positive and hardworking always inspires me.
Thank you so much, Anil, for adding that. I think any person who is working very dedicatedly would certainly inspire someone. I have a question on the technology side now. So it's like there are a lot of emerging technologies which are coming, right? AI, ML, data science, and everything. Every new technology is there, and it becomes overwhelming at times to hear all these things. So how do you see the current technology trend evolving over the years now, and where should the testers focus on? What's your take on that?
Yeah, we are into IT almost a decade, right? So we know how the technology emerged right from 10 years back and where it is now. Um, there is no more traditional way of software product development and releases. It's all about the fostering to the market. But as you rightly mentioned, we have latest technology and trends in many areas to highlight AI, IoT, blockchain, virtual reality, and many other stuffs. But being a tester, what testers should learn to withstand against all of these latest technologies and trends is like being a tester, you should learn the technology first because I always think the testers are head of developers because you should know the system, you should understand the system first. Being a functional testing or non-functional testing, without understanding the system completely, you cannot able to understand what exactly it is doing, and you cannot suggest anything to the developers or the project team. You should understand your system, then only you can identify the root cause of any systems or component. Then you can suggest your developers to produce the efficient software in a faster manner without compromising any of its functional or non-functional standards for any successful software developments. So in short, the testers also should be a developer or they should be like as that they should know everything to withstand against these latest technologies and trends, software developments.
Yes, Jay, you rightly mentioned, and you pointed one, you said one very important thing. Maybe testers should be one step ahead of developers.
Yeah.
So I think that would be the key takeaway for testers community. So Anil, would you like to add something on the technology domain side, how the trends are and how things are evolving?
I would say, like, if we are, if we want to continue in software industry, we should be always, updated with what is happening in the market in terms of technology or in terms of new things coming in, right? So we should definitely know the latest trends and how or how it functions in all the manner, whether when it comes to tool or when it comes to any sort of technologies. We should definitely get updated so that if you have a clear insight on the things, it's pretty much easy to view things in that manner, rather than if we are getting something. Just think about if we are living, and if you are asking somebody who never worked for 5 years, or never seen any technologies to test something, he won't be having an idea of doing anything, right? So whether it's mobile applications or any other applications or any other technologies comes into the market, it's always good to have a clear understanding of those, and that will give us more idea, clear idea of how the market is moving at the moment. So yeah, of course, we have to think a little above the developer, because the developer would be having a clear understanding on just what to develop, but in a user perspective, how the user, or more what more the user would be expecting. So our thinking would come from that point.
Thank you so much, Anil, for that, adding your thoughts on that. So it's like one final question before we close. So it's like we have been working from home for quite some time now, whether it's India or across various locations in the world. So it's like, how has been your experiences from work from home thing, and where do you see the things going forward? So is this the new established norm, or what are your views on that?
Yeah, when you say work from home, right? The first thing comes to mind, the happiness. Nothing is happier than being in a home and working for your company or continuing your career. So, in positive manner, it's good for me. You can spend a lot of time with your family, but at the same time, you should not forget that there shouldn't be any hindrance, and your personal stuff should not disturb any of your working stuff. Uh, but when you see how it is going forward, I would say it's an eye opener for all the software industry or any corporate industry or any sort of organizations, because with the business perspective, the companies or organization can save a lot of money what they were putting on the infrastructures and the workplace, everything. But now it's all everything uh, uh, on the virtual stuff, so they can save a lot of cost on that. That is from business perspective, but um from work perspective, from the employee perspective, I would say it's good for us to move forward things. You can take your own time and deliver things. It's not like you need to deliver on particular time. But there are other factors also that needs to be considered. You should interact with people in person. That gives you a lot of confident when you meet people. Also, you will get a lot of what to say, a lot of confidence as well when you meet various people and have the conversation always. That will also boost you keep going. I would say it should be a combined one. Maybe few days of work from home and few days of working from office. So that would make you to deliver the things effectively.
Yes, Jay. I think going forward, it would be rather hybrid model, which would be evolving in the industry. I conquer your points. So, Anil, how has been your experience, and what are your views on this thing?
Uh, if you ask me my experience, the first few months it was very much frustrating, I would say, because as you know, human is a social animal, right? Humans are not meant to sit at home and see just four walls and sit, and watch your laptop. It's not what we are meant for. So I definitely, agree what Jay said. We always, it should be balanced. So I prefer to have a 50-50. It's win-win for both the people, right? 50 percentage you work from home and 50 percentage you work from the office. Then you get a chance to interact with the people. At the same time, you get a chance to take the responsibilities of your home. Yeah, of course, I do prefer that. I don't prefer to be at home always, or yeah.
Thank you so much, Anil, for sharing your views. I think that's very much necessary. Balance is very much necessary. And apart from working from home for long durations, human interaction is also very much necessary. Otherwise, things become challenging at times. So, finally, I would like to say thank you, Anil and Jay, for sparing your time with us. And we would like to welcome you once again at this year's Global Testing Retreat. We are really looking forward for your session. Thank you so much.